So here's what's interesting. So let's talk about professional first, because I think that's the easier one. And I hate to say easy because I know some people are challenged with it, but professional boundaries, like I'm talking about with your bosses, your colleagues and everything, because I still am hearing, despite the fact that we've had a crazy year, I'm still hearing so many people just complain about their work environment.
Interestingly enough, I feel like it's gotten worse because we had a natural boundary that is called Atlanta traffic, or insert your popular city.
Yes.
Where you were going to arrive to the office at a specific time, and it was just expected you were, going to have some drive time, even if you got to the office at 8 or 9, and then you were
traffic
get off.
is coming back here.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
But I feel like the difference is that not everyone is going to the office every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so why not have a meeting at 7 or 8 a.m. because you're at home on your computer and you don't have a drive time now.
That's true. And you're right, because that is not setting a boundary.
Yeah.
Because people just expect, and I saw this a lot, like I had to dial my clients back a little bit because I felt like they were working too much.
Yeah.
Like they would just, everything blurred together.
I mean, what else are we supposed to do?
Everything. Well,
Read
a
a
life.
book.
I don't know, have a life. But this is true because like it's setting boundaries. And I may have mentioned this on the show before. My clients are mostly over the phone anyway, because I have clients, my coaching clients, they're all over the country. And we do a lot of phone meetings. We did this before the pandemic because they're not local. But when everything started and people started working from home, people were like, let's do video calls because that's fun, right?
Yeah.
But people would be like, I'd have a call scheduled for 7:30 or 8 a.m. And 5 minutes before, they're like, why don't we do Zoom? I'm like, well, you're a guy. So, of course, you can roll out of bed and do Zoom. I've got hair and makeup and there's stuff I have to do. So I had to set some boundaries. Say, nope, we're doing a phone call.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that doesn't sound, it's a boundary though. It is. It's like, unless you pre-scheduled with me to do video, because, we have, us ladies have things we have to do to get ready. It takes a little more.
I mean, we went back a little bit backwards, I feel, because it started in quarantine. Like some of these bad habits started in quarantine, like the meetings at either 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And at first we didn't know what to do with ourselves.
Right.
Like, read a book, or if you felt comfortable going and taking a walk or something like that. We were just like, great, yes, let's work all the time. And now we're starting to make a shift back to some new level of normalcy, whatever you want to call that, and we've still got those bad habits that are in place.
So how have you set boundaries professionally?
So one thing that I'm telling all my secrets.
Tell them we need the secrets. There's no secrets here on the Renew podcast. We're open books.
Okay, open.
Except for maybe some.
Yes. So I have started putting blocks on my calendar.
Should we call this time blocking, Whitney Mendoza?
F-bots, I've heard them called, focused blocks of time.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
F-bots?
Bots.
I like that.
Focused blocks of time.
Got it.
So I'm going to put an F-bot on my...
I like that. I feel like I got to call my friend Shelby because she's going to love that.
Yeah. I'm sure there's different ways you could take that.
Okay.
But and I love that everyone has access to my calendar and that a meeting can just get placed on there, because I don't want you to have to come to me every time going, are you available here? Are you available here?
Right.
But what I was finding was, if your calendar is just an open book, then you've got no time to do the actual work that you need to get done. So I'm all for meetings and things like that, but then I have to have some time during the day to actually go and execute on whatever actionables came out of that meeting.
Well, okay, I agree with that. And here's my challenge with, because I'm a big time blocking thing. I love time blocking. Here's the challenge I see with a lot of my clients who are in a corporate environment or in environments where other people have access to their calendar. And I hate that. I hate it. No one has access to my calendar. If I have like my little Calendly, I only open up a few windows. I have a lot more open, but I'm not giving...
I'm the same on that.
I am not giving access to everybody.
Yep.
But here's the thing. If people have access to your calendar, they don't know how to prioritize what crap they're trying to throw in your calendar. And I have a few executives that I coach that we're really struggling this right now. And I'm going to call the ladies out because I do see this more with women than I do with men. they don't know how to say no. They haven't set boundaries with, hey, this is not this is not something that has to occur this week.
Yeah.
So I really think we've got to start looking at who we're giving access to it, because people they just throw crap on there.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a boundary, though.
It just happens. And if you have an assistant or whatever the case is, or maybe you can talk about that, right? Like, I'm better in the morning. I do my best work in the morning, so I prefer.
I am not. If we could do this podcast at midnight, we would be really doing well.
We could, then I would be the one loopy.
Yeah.
But we'll give it a whirl. Oh. But I'd rather do work in the morning and then save calls for in the afternoon.
Well, and that's why I mean by like prioritizing is people don't know when you're best unless you told them. They don't know what other things need to go. Because I know some of my clients, the things that are being put on their calendar are just dumb meetings. And I'm like, this could have been an email. Like I saw that coffee mug one time. Yeah. Survived another meeting that could have been an email.
Yeah.
But these are all, we're talking about boundaries. These are all boundary issues.
100%.
These are all like, why are you putting an hour on my calendar? This takes 2 minutes.
Right. Yeah. Or again, another tip is if you think the meeting is going to be 30 minutes, schedule it for 15.
Right.
Because if you only have those 15 minutes, you'll fit what you need to fit in the 15 and not have the riffraff of, how are you? How was your weekend?
Exactly.
I mean, I care about you, but we also
the work we have to do expands or contracts to the time we have for it.
100%.